Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Let Me Tell You Something podcast. We're your hosts, Christian
and Jordan.
And today we have yet another special episode because...
Jordan, the love doctor. That's what some people call me. Ladies, me up.
At the time of this recording, we have, the time of this recording, this is Super Bowl Sunday, we're recording this.
Sure is.
But the day this comes out is going to be the Thursday before Valentine's Day. So, for you guys, if you listen to this, this will be Valentine's Day time-ish. So, with that in mind, we're going to be talking about love.
That's right.
Talking about love and romance and all
Love Doctor is, get mine, ladies.
Where'd you get your credentials, Dr. Love?
Over in Indonesia.
In Indonesia?
Yeah, by a monk.
Okay.
No, he blessed me with the monk Shao dough.
So if you're the love doctor, is he the love monk? Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, he's like, since you live over in America, a big thing over there is doctors, blah blah blah. Because monks over there do, they do medicine, but they're monks,
right?
And, Americans, we have doctors and nurses.
Well, actually, one of the biggest online kind of doctor guys, if you will. That I don't know if we've ever talked about him on the podcast or not, but Dr. K of Healthy Gamer GG, he studied
He's not a real. I'm just kidding.
He absolutely is.
That's funny.
He's much more of a real doctor than you are a love doctor. But he was he studied in America to be a medical doctor and stuff. But he also studied in I don't remember where I think he said he went to India. He's from India, so or I think he was born in America, but he's of Indian descent at least. And he actually studied in India with a monk and all these different things, and basically he wanted to go to India first and study to be a monk, and they basically told him you don't have anything. Basically, you have no real life to give up. Go and develop a life first, then come back and see if you still want to do this.
Yeah,
and I get that because they're you don't have anything going for you. It's not going to actually be a sacrifice for you. It's not. It wouldn't be the right way to go about this.
Yeah, monks are wild. Their whole lifestyle is wild. If you really read on it, monks are crazy.
I would say it may depend on the type of monk that you are, but yeah, a lot of them for sure. They want to detach themselves from the world and all that, and I guess that's all well and good, but I don't know.
It's their lifestyle.
I think some elements of it might be kind of culty, but I don't know, but they do have great wisdom and everything, so I don't know. When Dr. K, or Alok as his name is, when he went there, and he trained under a monk and everything, basically the reason that he developed what do you call it? Healthy Gamer GG was because he kind of married Western medicine and medical practice and stuff with Eastern philosophy. And that's kind of what he does now. But anyway, that's all on a tangent just because Jordan called himself the love doctor. So
again, ladies, pick up that phone and dial. I'll give my number. 992-555-0001.
I don't think there's even So I've worked in a lot of call centers and stuff, but I don't think I've ever dialed or received a phone number from anything that has. I don't think 999 is an area code.
No,
there are plenty of phone numbers that have 999 in them, but I've never seen 999 as an area code, so I don't think that's the thing. But
maybe so.
Yeah, but it's good that you gave a fake because otherwise people dial You ever do that where you see a number on
TV?
Yeah, and let's see if that's real or whatever. And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
The go-to in movies and TV shows and stuff is 555-555-5555. So But,
have you ever dialed the number 8675309?
Yes. I believe what it. No. There's a song. There's a I don't even remember what it is now, but a friend of mine showed me years ago. Last year when I was working at my last job. There is a phone number called Hall and Oates. I'm sorry. The band is called Hall and Oates. There's a phone number where like you dial it and it's like, thank you for calling Call and Oates. And what it does is basically it's like press 1 for Jesse's Girl, press 2 for whatever the other songs are.
Right. That's funny.
And basically like you just call that number and
it plays the music.
It plays, and that's all it does.
That's cool.
Plays our music.
That's cool.
So yeah. But
back on track to love.
Yeah, love. Yeah, so I mean a lot of what we're gonna be talking about here is kind of like I don't know, I guess it's kind of like how we view love and like our preferences and like you know, our kind of like experience with everything and, you know, just kind of you know, getting into it a bit with all that stuff. One thing I do want to start with though is, okay, so kind of like transitioning from the thing with music there, what are your favorite like love songs and or like what makes a love song to you?
I don't really listen to love songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
you're a fan of like Maroon 5, right?
Yeah.
So what about like She Will Be Loved? Or
you consider that a love song?
Absolutely. Okay, so that is okay. So that I'm glad you asked because that leads into my other part of that. What do you consider love? Because to me, anything that's dealing with like love, infatuation, desire, those are all like I have a playlist called Music for Lovin', which has like probably 2,000 something songs now, and anything that falls into any of those categories, I consider a love song. Pining after someone can be a love song of sort, you know, like you know, love that you're. But 100%, yes, I 100% consider She Will Be Loved. And Animals, I would say a love song. You know, you know, it's more of a, you know, kind of a sexy, like fun,
right,
you know, hookup kind of song, but it's still, I would say it falls in the category of like, you know, I would say like, to me, I put like romantic love and like sexual desire very like close together. So, and they don't have to be, mind you, but like, to me, a perfect relationship, and that kind of goes into something else, but we'll get to that later. But to me, a perfect relationship is one that like marries those two like very well. So, and I think that's same. I think that's true for music as well. Yeah, 100%. Like, trying to think of. Okay, so for example, Blink-182's. Well, First Date, of course, is a love song. Their song, "Feeling This," I would consider a love song, and yeah, there's a ton of like anything that deals with like love or desire, infatuation, any of that stuff. I would consider love songs 100%. What do you consider a love song? What are the qualities a song has to have for you?
Just like you know, like you said, you know, talk about love and
yeah,
you know, and all that kind of stuff. And like for me, like it's gotta be slow. Like a slow love song. Okay. Yeah, like the classic, like on a piano, love, like.
So it has to be like a ballad or something.
Kind of.
Can it be a rock ballad like Kiss's "I Was Made for Loving You"?
I don't consider that a love song.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It literally says "I was made for." What about Bon Jovi's? Oh my god. Fuck, I can't remember. It's the one. Oh, like I was made to be your baby and you were made to be my man. Like that's how are those not love songs to you?
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I've always viewed love songs as like slow, very romantic, on the piano.
Yeah.
Like really nice singing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you really narrow down, you really limit yourself to what a love song is.
Yeah.
So if you ever developed like a playlist of love songs, because I agree, those are love songs. Mm-hmm. But to me, love song, like those are love songs, but so are like more high energy, full band, you know, kind of like those are all love songs too. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So because okay. Into You by Paramore. That I would consider that a love song too. I don't know if you are familiar with it. Okay. Like I would say that's a love song. Because she's saying, I'm into you. I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like so many other, right, even on our worst nights, I'm into you. You know? You know, I don't know. That's very, wow, that's really, so what would you consider songs that are, I guess, like, about love, but they're not, like, super slow and soft and all that shit?
I mean, just that, you know, they're all about love, you know?
So you would just, okay, so you make a distinction then between, like, songs that are about love and love songs. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's weird. I'm a weird individual. You know?
I mean, I will say, though, because, like, there are a lot of people, and I don't understand this at all, but there are a lot of people that don't care about the lyrical content of music. Actually, it drove me crazy with a girl that I dated because the lyrical content was important to me. She cared more about, like, how it sounded, like the rhythm and all that shit. And I'm like, because to me, a music without lyrics is just noise.
It's just instrumental.
Right. To me, I don't like. It's fine for in the background, but I'm never gonna be like, oh my god, that song really spoke to me, it really touched me. Like, it didn't fucking mean anything. There was no, like, it didn't say anything. How did it speak to you? You know. So they're good for, like, you know, their records will have, like, transition songs at times, and bands will have, like, transition, like, songs and stuff, and, you know, or, you know, you'll play something in the background or whatever while you're, like, doing something else. I'm fine with all that. But if I'm gonna actually, like, care about a song, like, listen to it, and, like, you know, I'm never gonna, like, put an instrumental on. I would do an instrumental with, like, you know, for love, like a love song that's, like, setting the mood and kind of like, oh, okay, I'll give you another example, by the way. Scream by Usher. I consider that a love song as well.
I've never heard that before.
Really? Oh, okay. It's a song about sex ultimately, because it's, but I consider I consider, like, that part of love songs, because it's, you know, it's saying, like, if you want to scream, and then there's, like, a, you know, let me know and I'll take you there. Hope you're ready to go all night. You know, get you going like, oh baby, baby, ooh baby, baby, ooh baby.
Sure thing.
It's a good song. But no, it's interesting how you view. What about? Okay,
this man over here serenading me.
I fucking look. Okay. So this is a big thing about me, right? I am. We might have talked about this on the pod before. I don't know. But I am a hopeless romantic, and I'm also, like, I don't know, like a degenerate gooner. I guess, like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, I'm very, like, romantically interested, but I'm also very sexually interested. So, and I think that's why, to me, well, I'd say emotionally and sexually, and I think that's why, to me, like, a romantic relationship is just, like, like, such an important thing to me. And to me, such a beautiful, like, thing to have.
Right.
So then, okay, I want to get into the, like, our more, like, personal stuff about that in a minute. But now I'm curious, what do you consider, like, love movies or, like, romantic movies?
I don't know, like, a majority of them, like, chick flicks. Yeah. Like the genre that you absolutely dislike, Hallmark. Hallmark movie.
I fucking hate Hallmark.
like those,
yes,
those I consider, like, love movies. And, you know, and then, like films that have, like, you know, like, it's based around Valentine's Day.
Sure.
You know, that's a love movie.
Yeah. But, like, so that's interesting because, like, a lot of movies have, like, a romantic subplot, but I would not necessarily say they're, like, a romantic movie.
I would say a romantic movie to me is something that like, the big majority of the movie is based around, like, love or like, a relationship between, you know, whoever.
Do you know okay, do you know, I guess, the difference between, like, a romantic comedy and a romantic drama? Okay.
Yeah.
Which would you... I guess prefer? Like, okay, say for example, you're going out with your girl. Like, what would you either, or maybe you're at home, whatever. What would you rather if she's like, oh, let's watch something romantic? Would you rather romantic comedy or romantic drama?
To me, it wouldn't matter. I would ultimately let her decide. Like, it doesn't matter which one. Just pick one out and we'll watch it. And,
gotcha.
She'll pick out whichever one she likes, and whatever she likes, I'll like. So
okay, because I would consider a romantic drama specifically to be more. I would say that's more of like chick flick material. Where I would say romantic comedies I feel are more safe and are more like anybody can enjoy them. I'm thinking things like When Harry Met Sally. I'm thinking 7 Things I Hate About You.
Right.
I'm thinking what was that movie we saw with Sydney Sweeney?
Anyone
But You. Yeah, that was a really good one. But romantic comedies tend to be, he's just not that into you. That kind of thing, right?
One of my favorites. Think Like a Guy.
Think Like a Man.
Oh yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I had no idea they came out with a second one. Not currently.
They came with Think Like a Woman. Did they do Think Like a Man as well? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah. They did Think Like a Man 2. But instead of the letter 2, they did TOO.
Oh wait, no. Wait, have you seen? Okay, yes. So there's Think Like a Man, but there's also before that in like the 80s or 90s there was Think Like a Woman. It was like a guy, I think it was like Bill Murray or something. He like got the power to
read a woman's mind,
read any woman's mind, and he was able to date and sleep with like all kind of women and everything. And Hitch is a romantic comedy. That's a really good fucking movie too. But yeah, so I would say like those things are more, and I will say I'm more into romantic comedies than I am. To me, romantic comedies are again like a very safe, like you can put on the background. Generally speaking, there's not going to be anything like too like offensive or risque or anything. They're pretty safe for most people. Dramas, I would say, are something like The Notebook or that movie where Zac Efron is a like an army guy or something, and I don't remember what it's called, but you might know what I'm talking about. Or Pride and Prejudice, or I'm not that familiar with romantic dramas.
No.
I'm sure there are tons. I'm just not thinking of them, but there are tons of. But I would say those fall more into like the chick flick. That said, I still enjoy them. Like I'll watch.
Oh yeah, I mean I've seen a few chick flicks where I was like, that was a pretty enjoyable movie.
There are some newer ones. I know Logan was watching them as well. Like the After series. There's After We Collided, After Ever After, or something like that. It's called. There's one that's called like My Fault, and then that's a series. And
there's one called My Fault, then there's another one called Your Fault.
It might be. I actually.
And then there's a third one called All of Our Faults.
It might be. I don't know. Given the naming of the series, it could very well be.
That's funny.
That could actually be the case. But yeah, no, there are a ton of like romantic dramas and stuff like that. But I would say overall, like if I had a preference. Okay, so this is my thing. To answer like my own question that I asked you, I would say I would prefer romantic comedy, like me myself. But if I'm watching a movie, like my girl's like, oh, like we want to watch something romantic, I would say that's a romantic drama.
Yeah,
because that's more, I don't know, it hits you more in the feels. You know?
Right.
I feel like a romantic comedy is almost more like
lighthearted.
Yeah, lighthearted is a very good, like I said, it's very safe. It's a very good, not bad at all. Like it's a very simple, like, oh, what are we gonna watch? Romantic, to me, it's a little bit similar to like sitcoms. Sitcoms are great to watch. Kind of you can normally just flip on something. Oh, here's a sitcom. It's normally going to be pretty good. Might have some things that are ruffle some feathers, but for the most part, it's going to be pretty good. So that's kind of, I would say that's like a safe bet. But Yeah. You know, I do think it's interesting and actually rather sad, though, that a lot of, like, when we were growing up, there was a time where, like, pretty much every movie, even, like, superhero movies and stuff, always had a romantic subplot. Now I'm seeing movies all the time where they don't have a romantic subplot. Like, you'll have a character and you'll think, like, oh, they're probably going to be the person to get with in the end, and then there's no... There are couples where they're just, like, completely single, like, the entire time.
Right.
And I think that phenomenon is very reflective of, like, modern society, because we're also seeing, and it's funny because we're seeing this especially from, like, the very puritanical Gen Z, which I think they're growing out of, like, they're just going to grow out of it as they get older. But, you know, there's been this constant, like crying out of, like, there's too many sex scenes in movies, like, we don't need sex scenes or whatever. It's like, bro, we barely have any, like, sex or romance in movies anymore at all. Do you know what the 90s and 2000s were like, or the 80s, where, like, every movie had, like, a romance and every movie had, like, a sex scene or implied or something? Like, we are such a loveless and sexless generation now that I think that has been reflected in the movies that are being produced. I don't think it's so much for music, because there's still a lot of music that is about love and stuff like that. So, you know.
Blame Gen Z.
Blame Gen Z.
Blame Gen Z!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's not like... I would say more than anything blame probably the generations before, because they set up the conditions for Gen Z to be in the way that they are. So I don't think it's really fair to blame, like, the youngest generation for things that, you know, it's like us, how, like, we struggle with, we're probably never going to own a house and stuff like that. Well, that's not our fault. That's the boomers' fault for, like, putting us in this situation, you know? So things like that.
But I'll own a house.
Maybe. But I also think...
I know for a fact I'll own a house.
How do you know that?
I just do.
Okay. Do you know how expensive houses are?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how bad the housing market is right now?
Yeah.
Do you know that the powers that be are trying to make it worse?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck. You may do. I just think that most people...
Well, so going into that, it's like, I'll never have a house.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like that's kind of damaging.
Well, you know, it's interesting you say that, because...
in the past, before you had this place, this apartment...
Yeah.
Did you ever think, I'm never going to have an apartment?
I don't think so. Maybe. I mean, there were definitely times where I thought, like, I'm never going to get out of here, or, like, you know, I'm never going to find a place that I really want to be or anything like that, and I'm never going to be able to move forward. Like, yeah, like, there were definitely times, but and apartments are tough too, but it's just that the housing market in general, everything is, like, it's so difficult for the average person. Like, you have to make a lot, especially, like, a nice house. Like, you might be able to get, like, a house, some shitty house in, like, the sticks or something, but if you want, like, a nice house, or you want to be in, like, suburbia or something, like, that's really not personally. I don't want to be in suburbia. I want to live, like, more in the city. But, you know, it's, you know, it's tough. Is all. The housing market is awful. And
do you want to buy a house, or do you want to build a house?
Got it. Yeah, I want to build a house. No, please.
Well, I don't. You wouldn't be building a house. Obviously,
like, hire someone to build
it. Yeah, you get it. I don't want to build a house either, man. That's a lot of freaking work. Of course I'm going to hire a team. Just like that one time when you were helping me move in. We were carrying up the couch by ourselves, and we're like, no, let's...
And the next time you moved, I hired movers for you.
Gosh. Yeah, have you ever thought of buying a house or building a house?
I mean, the problem with building a house is you have to own the land as well. But, I mean, I guess if I was rich, like, maybe I could have a house built for me.
Well, I know you ain't gonna build a house here in good old Florida.
Well, no, I don't want to. No, I want to get out of here at some point anyway.
Screw this state.
But, you know, Actually, I will tell you, funnily enough, one place that I've thought about moving to is Washington.
Washington State or DC?
State.
State, okay.
Yeah. Like far northwest.
It's nice. Yeah, you're all the way. You're up on the top left of the map.
Yeah. And
we'll be right near Canada.
Yeah. And
so if you ever want pure maple syrup, just go over to Canada.
Go to Canada. Speaking about that though, like I said at the time of recording, it is the Super Bowl, so hopefully the Seahawks played. They played. Hopefully they won. We're Team Hawks here. Because of
I will proudly say with both my feet on the ground, not a saying, but I coined it. I am, when it comes to sports, I will proudly say, with no regret, that I am a bandwagoner. Whatever team is winning, your boy gonna jump on. And if they lose and the other team starts winning, I'm gonna jump on that team.
That's crazy.
I know a lot of like hardcore sports fans, that's like the one thing you don't do.
Wow. I think that's
like I made the mistake when my grandfather was still alive. I made the mistake of telling him that. And he was a hardcore Lions fan. Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. He's like, I swear, he looked at me. He's like, go in the other room. I don't want to see you for the rest of this game.
Yeah, so...
I'm like, okay.
Yes, no, so...
I'm like, sorry.
I think being a bandwagoner is...
But only for sports.
Well, okay, so that's the thing. I think that's kind of a red flag because if you're a bandwagoner for sports, are you maybe a bandwagoner for other things? And
what other things could you be a bandwagoner for?
I mean, politics is a big one. Like, you're just supporting the party that's currently in charge, and you don't really have any real, like, convictions on anything, you know?
Okay,
and there's a lot of people like that. A lot of the Dude Bro podcasters are like that. Now that the right wing's popularity is falling, they're being like, oh yeah, no, we're against this stuff. It's like, okay, that's just because it's getting popular now. When it was more popular to be on the right, you were firmly on the right. So, you know, so I do think, because those people are what we call grifters. So now you're not making money off of like being a
bandwagoner.
Yeah. So it's not as bad, but you know, and it doesn't hurt people to, you know, bandwagon off sports. I'm just saying it's a red flag because here's the thing too. It's the same thing where it's like, so like on that note, Green Day is like in my top 10 of favorite bands. There are a lot of people who are getting into them now just because they're playing the Super Bowl, or they're people who are into them. And if you're getting into them, like, fine. But like, what pisses me off is when people act like they're a big fan of something and then they're not actually a big fan of it. Like, for example, anytime one of the new Sonic movies comes out for the last couple of years, well, at least for 2 and 3, you had all these people, a lot who even like shit talked like Sonic or the fans or whatever, and now they're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so great. Like, shut the fuck up. You were shit talking that you're only caring about this now because it's popular, because it's culturally relevant. And I think it's fine to, of course, follow and be interested in things for their cultural relevance.
Right.
But be honest about that. Don't act like you're a huge fan of something if you're not.
No.
Like, I will support, like, you know, for example, Bad Bunny's also playing the Super Bowl. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a huge fan of Bad Bunny. But I will say I do appreciate him and, you know, like, as an artist for his success and everything. I have friends that are huge fans of Bad Bunny, and, like, more power to them. And, you know, all that stuff. But, you know, and, you know, of course I appreciate him for, like, his, you know, political views and stuff like that, too. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I care about something that I don't. If I only care about someone because, oh, they covered this song that I like, or they said this political or social thing I agree with, or they're in this movie I like, or whatever, fine. But I'm not going to act like I'm a huge fan of them when I'm not, you know? You know, like, okay, I'll give you an example. Tobey Maguire. Loved him as, you know, Peter Parker in the Spider-Man movies. Have never seen him in anything. Well, except for Brothers. But other than that, I've never seen him in anything else. I want to see Seabiscuit at some point. I just never got around to it. But I don't really... Maybe Andrew Garfield's a better example, because I think I've only seen him as Spider-Man. I don't think I've seen him. I haven't seen The Social Network yet. I want to, but I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. No. Well, no, that's not a case. I don't like him. I guess it's still kind of Tom Holland, I guess, is what I was thinking, because I haven't seen him in anything on the Spider-Man. But I'm not fans of these people. You know what I mean? And it just pisses me off when people are like... It's like when people... They'll, like... wear like a Rolling Stones or AC/DC shirt or something, and they know none of their music. I'm like, don't do that, because wearing that shirt of something that you like communicates to someone else that might actually be a fan of that, hey, we have something in common we can talk about. Like, if I saw someone who had, like, an All Time Low shirt on, oh, cool, like, I love All Time, like, which some of your... Jim Maria, Count Me In, Monsters... Lost in... So, like, they only know the hits. Like, okay, like, yeah, we can talk about that, but, like, you're not really, like, a big fan. Like, I'm not one of those people where I'm like, name 10 songs, or, like, you're not a real... Like, that's stupid, gatekeeping and all that. But I want to be able to have a conversation with another fan. And if you only know the hits, that's fine, too. But at least you actually know them, and you're not like, oh, I like... kind of heard them like on One Day at the Radio, or like I went to a concert with a friend and didn't know any of their music, but I got a shirt of them. Like, okay, are you like going to get into them? Like, we can talk about that. But to me, it's just very annoying being a fan of something, seeing someone wear merchandise that communicates, I'm a fan of it. Okay, let me give you an example. And this is like... Same with things, I give this example. It's like someone wearing, like, a cross, and you going up to them and wanting to talk to them about, like, stuff dealing with Christianity, and finding out, oh, no, I'm not actually Christian, I just like the cross. To me, it's that same kind of thing. Where it's like, okay, here was this thing that I thought we related on. Right. We don't relate on this. Why the fuck are you wearing that? Like, to me, that communicates you're one of us. You're someone that likes this same thing that I do, and we can have a conversation and relate on this level. Clearly we can't. That just annoys me. You know, it's that kind of concept.
I just carry on. Like, oh, you don't believe in God? You're not a Christian?
Yeah.
No, not really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I just leave.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it.
I mean, I'll like... they'll ask questions and I'll answer. But... Sure.
Well, but I'm not saying, like, I get, like, annoyed at them in the moment. I'm just saying, like, I'm like, oh.
Just in general.
I just, like...
I get that.
Get, like, bummed out. I'm like, oh, okay, well... Alright, cool shirt. We'll take care. You know, you should really check them out. You know, or whatever, right? Yeah, I don't know. That kind of stuff just... Because, you know, you get, like, a false hope. It's like, oh, cool, here's this person that I can have a conversation with them, we can relate on this thing, and then, no, we can't.
Right.
But yeah, that's a thing that I have. There was somewhere I wanted to go.
Yeah, how did we get to this?
So I don't know. There were like a ton of different things. But I wanted to. We said something earlier that I wanted to use the transition into. Fuck the transition. We'll just get into like.
Yeah, I totally forgot how we got off on.
It's all right. How do you view, like, what would be? Ooh, okay. So yeah, there's a few different ways we can ask this. Like, for one, what to you about relationship? Like, okay, what is it about a romantic relationship that is valuable to you that you cannot get from a friendship? Like, what kind of relationship can you have with a girlfriend or a wife that you cannot have with a platonic friend?
Ask that question again.
All right, so I'll ask and I'll give my answer,
right.
which might
Grace the real. So like I have the beginnings of my answer, but it's not fully formed yet. It's not born yet.
All right. So when you think of a friend, like us, for example,
right.
we get along well. We have similar enough interests. We lift each other up. All these different. There's a
Right,
lot
right.
of qualities that we have with each other that you have with a romantic partner as well. What are the qualities that separate a romantic partner from a friend? And what are the things that like you're looking for in a partner that you can't get from a friend? Because for me, I would say I think the biggest one is companionship. And part of that is like due to like cultural expectation and like societal expectation, where like it's expected and understood that like you're going to eventually live together with your romantic partner. It's generally understood and accepted that like you're going to go places and just kind of share life with your romantic partner. And for me, like the biggest thing that I desire and like look forward to and all that is really just kind of having someone to like experience life with me. For example, whenever I go to the store alone, which is all the time, I always
That's so sad.
and I see couples together, and like they're holding hands, whatever, they're picking stuff out together, whatever it is, and I think like I really want that. Like even just the mundane, like we're going shopping together, or we're like taking care of the house together, whatever. Just little like chores and like mundane things. I really want that. I want someone to do those things with me, just to experience and like go about life together. Like that. I'd say is kind of like in a way the biggest thing that I'm looking for. But of course, the things that separate that are like you typically have like a really deep, just kind of, and I don't really think there's even another word for it other than romantic. Really deep romantic connection. It's really nice to be able to like just hold someone like while you fall asleep and then you wake up and they're still there and everything, and you have someone where, like I said, you're doing life together, and you just, I don't know, you just have these like sweet moments where you can hold each other, you can hold each other's hand, you can be flirty and everything with each other, and just have this like fun kind of like underlying like kind of teasing and just all this like fun sweet, and of course you're there for each other, like like something happens where like I just lost my job recently. You can have that support that they live with you, and it's like, okay, like I'm gonna do what I can to support you, and like kind of take care of both of us here in a way, right? And then like it'd be the same thing for me, like if my girl lost her job or whatever it was, right? And all this stuff, and like for me, this is all outside of even like wanting kids, because I don't want kids personally. But you have all that, and of course you have the more like you have the passion and the sex and like all those aspects of a romantic relationship as well. But honestly, you could have that even with a friend. You could have like a friends with benefits where like you have. But to me, it's like the marrying of, like I said, the marrying of that like beautiful romantic emotional connection and that like strong sexual desire for each other. Like marrying those two things is just beautiful, and to me that is like what makes a romantic, like I used to always just say, and I kind of still think this to an extent, your like in our case is like your girlfriend or your wife, I would say like your romantic partner, however you want to phrase it, is just like your best friend that you also have a sexual relationship with, your best friend that you fuck, to put it as crass. And I kind of do think that still to an extent. It goes so much deeper, obviously, but like I think having those two together is just what makes a beautiful relationship. Or at least for me, it's very much the kind of relationship I'm looking for, if that makes sense. How about you?
Well, I'd say the thing that distinguishes between a platonic friendship and a romantic friendship is the idea or aspect of marrying each other. Because like I'm gonna use us like we're not gonna get married.
Oh man.
Sorry. I had to cancel it.
Damn.
Change.
Been waiting for him to propose.
But yeah, like in reality, like you're not gonna marry me,
Right.
You're gonna marry a beautiful girl. Same thing as me. And
I don't know if I'll get married, but I definitely want to like long-term life. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, just the aspect of marrying the romantic relationship, and
does marriage though have to be like with the legal paper and all that, or is it like if you are together and you've committed yourself to each other, regardless of any like legal faculties? Do you consider yourselves kind of like married within your heart or something like that?
I'd say I lean more towards the paper.
Okay.
But again, the paper, it just says you're married. Like you're married. It doesn't mean, like, you both know you're married, right? Like, it says you're married. And like, and along with, the paper, like it's, a dangerous thing, whatever. Like, there are a lot of things in life that you need your marriage. You need proof that you guys are actually like married. Joe and Sally Jackson, right?
Right.
Boom, marriage.
Sally Jackson.
That's right.
Wait, is Joe who she remarries in the?
No, his name is Paul Blofus.
Oh.
And then she gets.
So she becomes
Sally Blofus.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So Jackson's not her maiden name. No, it wouldn't be, because Percy wouldn't be Percy Jackson.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. It ain't going to be Sally Poseidon.
Poseidon's not Poseidon's last name.
Yeah, well, I'd
say
Poseidon's more of a title.
Right.
Yeah. But,
anyway, continue.
So, just the aspect of the idea of marrying, said romantic relationship, because, obviously, your friends are going to be your friends. And also, like, friends come and go. Yes. Unfortunately.
I'm still here.
But your wife or your husband or girlfriend, boyfriend, those, are typically, till death do us part, stay together until, one of you dies or, whatever, something like that. So yeah, just like the potential idea to marry the romantic relationship, and whoever that may be. And the fact that, again, friendships come and go, unfortunately, again. But with marriage, you're with that person, for the majority of your life. And like you say, you do life with them. And
yeah.
I mean, sure, you can do life with your friends, but like they have like families of their own, and they have stuff going on in their own lives where, you guys may be able to get together like once every other year or twice or three times, whatever, but ultimately it's going to be your significant other who's going to be with you the whole time. With
a romantic partner, you generally have more of a guarantee that and I think it's cute because it's like you invite like your friend to something and now they're like in a committed relationship. Like I love, like I was telling you about this yesterday, like at some point you're going to have a girlfriend and I'm going to like invite you or one of the boys or whatever, we're going to invite you to something. And you're gonna be like, well, I don't know if I'm like, aw, or like, or we're gonna be like, oh, hey, do you guys want to like come to this? You'll be inviting you guys together to things, and you'll be invited to things that she'll be. Oh, do you and your boyfriend want to come to that? I think that's really cute, and I wait for the day as well where I get to say like, yeah, we'll be able to make it. We like it's just expected. Like you and your partner are coming with you. Like I just think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say, so. The unfortunate thing about all relationships, including marriage, it does eventually end. There's a great saying I like, which is all marriages end. They either end in death or divorce. And the truth is, marriage or any like dating relationship, whatever, like it will eventually come to an end. So I don't think that there's like the finality of it, I don't think is really, to me at least, something that is so special about it. I think it's actually really good to be able to be in a relationship and be able to honestly say with each other, like, hey, like, we love each other now, but like if that ever changes, we need to be honest with each other and try to fix it. But if we can't fix it, we're gonna have to go our separate ways. And I think that is a very honest, real way to handle relationships. Ideally, I would love to be with just one woman and fucking we love each other and have this incredible relationship for the rest of our lives. But I will ask regarding that, do you think... Okay, so let me just put it this way, right? Say you do find someone, you really love her, you marry her, all that stuff, right? I find someone, I really love her, but we never get married. Do you view yours or any other, like, marriage as, like, more of a real relationship, if you will, than a relationship where, like, we don't get married and have kids and do all that stuff? Like, do you think the marriage and the kids, and maybe even not kids, but the marriage and kid, whatever, the more you have those things, the more valid it makes it? Whereas if I'm like just dating forever, but I'm with the same woman forever, like, does that, is our relationship less valid? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've never thought. I've never thought about that before. For me personally, obviously people have different views on that or whatever. But I would say me personally, in a tad bit, yes.
Okay.
I believe.
Sure.
Because it's fine. If you want to date, that's your guys' fault.
I want to hear.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like you have a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hopefully have some place of residency. Typical thing is a house. So you got a wife,
together,
you got a house, you got kids. Let's add in a dog and a cat. That kind of stuff. In a tad bit, I feel like that's more. Like you said, it's more just a tad more valid than just like dating forever, right? I don't know. So something about it just seems more like think of it, or this is how I think of it, like as like a scale, right? You have you and your girlfriend right here, like dating forever. No kids, which is fine. It's your guys' choice. Just you and your lifelong girlfriend. Boom. And then on the other side of the scale, you have, you're a husband, you have a wife, kids, house, all of these other things. I feel like that weighs more, like that weighs more as in it's more valid than just like a forever girlfriend. Because, I don't know. That's just me personally.
So, no, and that's fine. That's what I want to get the how you view it personally. And that also makes me want to ask. I'm trying to find. There's a song by an artist that I started listening to pretty recently called Maggie Linderman. She kind of started as like a pop girly almost. She put out a song called "Pretty Girl," which she refuses to like play live anymore. But
Pretty Girl.
There's a song, but now she kind of does more like, I guess, rock music and stuff. I'd say. Where the fuck?
Yeah.
But she has a song. Oh, it's called Suburbs.
Suburbs.
And basically, it's kind of looking at like that perfect, like white picket fence, American dream kind of life. And it's basically saying that like that isn't. It's kind of like the grass is always greener kind of thing, because she's an artist touring out on the road and all that stuff, and she said, well, I could be like this perfect wife in the suburbs and have this, have the all this stuff while my husband goes away, he cheats on me with his mistress and all these different things, and kind of the dark side of like all that stuff, right? And I think that like, to me, because it's interesting, a lot, because I would say that like societally we view marriage as more valid than a dating relationship. But to me, what's really fucked up about it is society will view a relationship where they've been married like 5 times or more, and they've cheated on their wives or their husbands, whatever, right? And they have multiple kids from different marriages and all that stuff. But they will view that, and maybe even those other marriages, as more valid than a relationship that someone like me has, where I'm with the same person
for years
for
and years.
For like 20, 30, 40 years. We never cheat on each other. We're happy together,
right.
But we don't get married. We don't have kids. We don't have the white picket fence and all that. And society will view the marriage as more valuable, more like special or whatever than the marriage, the kind of relationship that I want. Yeah. And I think that is like really sad and kind of fucked up.
Well, I think a big thing of it, and this is just my kind of hypothesis, my thesis on it is that when you get married, it's a big deal. Like there's a whole thing for marriage, right? There's the wedding. You have everything that comes with getting married. All these big things. After the fun of the wedding ends, you got to go, obviously if you guys want, form one bank account, then you got to, transfer everything to their, it's a lot of legal BS. And then, again, my thesis is, I think they, how they view that is that marriage comes with all these, again, the wedding, all these yada, 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 whereas having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it's a good thing. It's a great deal, right? You ask them to be your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and then you guys move in with each other if you want or whatever, and then that's it.
And then you have a happy life together for the rest of your life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You guys agree together. We'll be boyfriend, girlfriend. Sure. You guys live together.
Sure.
And that's it. Okay. Whereas a marriage, it's you get married, you go to the bank, you transfer everything into one account if you want, or whatever you decide to do. A marriage has all these extra things that go along with it, whereas dating is just all right, you want to be boyfriend, girlfriend? Yeah. Let's live together. Boom. Then that's it. There's no It
involves the only 2 people that matter in a relationship.
Yeah. Well. Again, that's what I'm saying. You don't dating. You don't have to transfer everything to one account or any of that stuff. So
I will say
again, that's just what I think. No, maybe true, maybe not. Who knows?
Here's the thing. Because first of all, I want to say, because I'm not if you want to get married, more power to you, right? I might get married. I don't know. I'm just saying, even if people are with someone forever or whatever, I think a dating relationship where people are committed and love each other and all that is just as valid as a marriage or whatever. That's my point with that. But what I want to say is, it's funny, you did it every time you brought up marriage, and I'm glad you did, because I don't have to make the point. You combine your finances and your assets and all those different things. Do you know what is the purpose to you of marriage?
What's the purpose of marriage?
Yes.
I would say it's to, love each other and, live with each other with a few extra things added on.
Okay. I agree that that's what, technically the purpose of marriage is, but I would say you can have all of that without being married, without being, legally married. The reason that marriage became a thing in general is the combination of wealth and power. You would have this is why you'd have queen or princes being given off to princes from another kingdom so that they could marry and strengthen the kingdom and stuff like that. For a long time, for in ancient times, marriage, as we understand it today, was not something that the commoners did. The concept was the peasants were together for love. And
Mhm.
maybe sometimes they get married, but they were together for love. And the kings and queens and all that shit were together for power.
Yeah.
And the way that we view marriage now, of like it can be, to me, and by the way, like proclaiming and celebrating your relationship with like your friends and family is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I don't think you have to have like a certificate, a piece of paper that like shows all that. Now, there are benefits to marriage, 100%. Like, for example, obviously, unfortunately, yeah, like if I was in the hospital or like my girlfriend was in the hospital, they wouldn't let me see her or her see me because we're not family, we're not married. It's bullshit, but it's how
that's how it is. Like that's how it's been.
That doesn't mean that's how it has to be.
Well, good luck changing that.
That's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, get a petition going.
That's why I talk about these things.
Yeah.
I think, okay, I'll just to touch on that just real quick. The mentality of, well, that's just how it is, to me is such a defeatist mentality. Because if you took that mentality with everything, we would never, ever, ever have any positive change for anything. Everything that we have, that we take for granted today, even things like weekends and stuff, are things that people have like fought and died for, especially in this country. But like, if we just took that mentality, well, that's just how it is, like, we would still have slavery, women wouldn't have the right to vote, you and I wouldn't even be able to vote because you had to be a white land-owning male in order to vote. So like, so many different things have been changed because someone saw an issue and said, well, that's shitty, that's stupid, it shouldn't be that way. Let's, and worked to change it. And there were always naysayers and people who would say, well, that's just how it is. Like, okay, but it doesn't have to be that way. So to me, that's just how it is a very defeatist, bootlicking mentality that shows you have no imagination for a better world. Just want to touch on that. Now, with that in mind, or not with that in mind, but
so petty ass.
No, I'm not.
Hey, holy shit! I just saw it's just, like good luck. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, if you disagree,
listen, you could lie. You could lie and say, "Yeah, I'm her fiance."
Okay,
and you could go on in.
Well, you could. I don't think you can. I think you have to.
Why not try? Why not?
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then sure. Wait. I don't think they let you in if you're fiance either.
I guess
I don't think they let you in if you're the fiance either. I think they just let you in if you're the... you have to be married specific, because you have to be family. You have to, like, share the last name or whatever, be next of kin, something of that nature. Which,
Jeez, that was a little...
Listen, because here's the thing. If you think that it's okay that it's that way, just like say that and own it. But don't fall back on like well, that's just how it is. Okay, do you think it should be that way? Because if you think it should be that way, you can say that and we can have a conversation about that. Yeah. I'm still gonna vehemently disagree. But to me, any kind of like that's just how it is, or anything like that is like a cowardly, like, I don't want to give my real, like, take on this or whatever, so I'm just going to... It's like when people say, well, that's just common sense. Common sense means nothing. Common sense is just, like, what a group, what a society understands. It used to be common sense that, like, if you made the gods angry, there would be no harvest next season. Obviously that's not true. Common sense... Right. So common sense... it's what are they called?
It's a construct?
No, not a construct. It's I want to say, like, not false equivalency, not false. It's I don't know. There's a word for it, but it basically means like it's a thought terminating cliche. That's what.
So if someone has a gun,
yeah,
waving the gun around,
sure.
Are you gonna go up and argue with them?
No.
Okay. So your common sense would tell you to walk away and don't argue with them.
There are things that you should have common sense for, like as far as like, don't cross the street, if there's cars coming, for example. Like, there are good things, of course, to have common sense for, that are for that kind of thing. It's just, when you have people like, this streamer, this guy called Asmongold, who falls back on that, oh, it's just common sense, It's like, you're not saying anything. All that you're doing when you say something like that is all you're doing is reinforcing the status quo. You are saying, well, this is just how it is. It's just common sense, just whatever it is. And, like, you're wrong or dumb or whatever for, like, trying to change it or complaining about it or whatever it might be. So it's just, not just you, but when people in general just fall back on it, well, that's just how it is. It's like, but it doesn't have to be. Like, if you think it should be that way, if you're okay with the status quo, then just say that. Mm-hmm. But if if you have an issue with it, like, it's a very, like, to me, it's like, it's a response of, like, I don't know, it's not saying anything. It's just, I don't know, cowardly isn't the right word, but it's just like, like, if you think that's fine, like, for society to hold people who are legally married to a higher value than people who aren't.
Well, like, the thing is, like,
you can say that, but don't fall back on.
So you believe they can be changed?
Yes.
How are you going to do that?
Well,
because you can talk about all the live long day, but if action's not taking place, then nothing's being changed.
Through things that I advocate for and vote for.
Yeah.
Primarily, like, that's the main thing.
Oh, okay.
But talking about things, addressing issues and stuff, that's how you start. That's where change starts. You have to.
So when does it officially start change?
I don't know.
Then yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you have, like, you can discuss, like, things that you have issues. Like, okay, so a big one that it relates to all the, like, dating stuff we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So, like, there's this, like, massive dating double standard regarding gender rules, especially on a first date, that I fucking hate. And I think I've talked about other times on the podcast before, where basically, like, I like hot takes. My hot take on this like, kind of thing is, people that say a man has to, not I'd prefer, not anything like that, has to, or it is their role, it is their job to pay for everything on the first date. Also, in order to be consistent with gender roles, have to agree that if that is true, it is also true that it is a woman's job, responsibility, whatever, to put out on the first date.
Well, first you gotta go into the kitchen to make me a nice home-cooked meal first. Get in the kitchen! I'm just kidding.
Crazy. Yeah, but those are stupid, like, patriarchal gender roles that shouldn't exist. But there are people who will be like, oh, well...
Shouldn't exist?
Yes.
So you're laying down the law on that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm laying down the law to give more freedom to people. There are restrictions that exist that shouldn't exist. Like, okay, another example of it is, like, the man always has to make the first move. Why? Why is that? Well, it's because women, like, for a long time, were not seen as people, but they were seen as property. So it wasn't like a man striking up a conversation and trying to, like, get a girl to, like, be into them or whatever. It's, I'm going to take my pick of, like, the pretty women that I like, and, oh, I'm going to choose you. What it should be is just, if two people find each other attractive, fucking, like, if the girl finds the guy attractive,
right,
go and fucking approach him, you know? Stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, you're even... So things like that, you know? Now, I could talk to someone about that who would, well, that's just how it is. The guy just has to approach. Okay, but why? Let's challenge that. Let's talk about that. And that's how you make those changes, and how you challenge, like, social norms and stuff, and you say, okay, maybe it is that way, but does that mean it should be that way, or it has to be that way? And if the answer is no, okay, cool. Let's, work to change that, If it would make everybody better off, and I believe it very much would, if everyone would just, like, approach people they find attractive, fucking do that, But yeah, so like so my thing is like if you're going to like stand by, because like what a lot of people will do, especially like when it comes to relationships and stuff, is they want to dismantle the parts of like the patriarchy that are, a lot of women specifically, dismantle the parts of patriarchy that are harmful to them, but they want to keep the parts like, even just small things like, well, a man has to hold the door for a woman. A man has to. No, if you want to, you can, but there's nothing that says you have to, like these different things, right? Or again, like a man has to pay for the first date. Okay, cool. Like if a man has to pay for the first date, you have to put out for a first date. Or you have to, like, I don't know, be a virgin or whatever. Some stupid shit like that, right? Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't work to like dismantle the patriarchy or whatever, but then say, but I want to keep these things about the patriarchy that I like that benefit me. Like, no, fuck you.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, and those are the like quote pop feminist kind of people that like I gave like the theory of feminism and stuff a bad name. But I will say, like on that note too, a lot of that kind of stuff and the like kind of gender war and stuff we have, I think, is a big part of why we are like we're in like a loneliness epidemic. It used to be a loneliness epidemic.
Oh,
what did you think?
I thought you said like a loneliness.
What?
Exactly. I thought you said like some type of disease. I was like,
oh, my bad.
A loneliness.
Loneliness.
Okay. Gotcha.
So like for example, you, myself, and Patrick are all currently single. What?
Yeah.
Can
I'm not lonely.
No. We're
I'm just kidding.
We're all single out of our core group,
right.
Group of friends. And our buddy Logan, who we have had on the podcast before, is the only one out of us four that has a girlfriend. That's 1/4, 1 out of 4 guys. That is 10, 20, 30 years, well, maybe not 10, 20, 30 plus years ago, that would have been so uncommon. It would have been either we all have a girlfriend, or there might have been one guy who was like struggling a little bit, going through a dry spell, something like that. But only 1 out of 4, and none of us are married or have kids either. And we're in our late 20s. You and Logan are in your early 30s. Like, that, there are so many things that like cause those issues and such. And, on that note, I would ask, like, how would you, like, okay, ideally, in like a scenario, how would you want to go about, like, finding a relationship? Because that's a big thing for now. We'll get into some of the like, how would you find a relationship? What are you looking for in a partner?
Right.
And when I say that, like, I would include like, what are you looking for physically? What are you looking for? Like, how are they as a person? What are you looking for? I get how you make her feel. Oh, and that's and what are you wanting to give to her? Because a lot of people also look at relationships as very much like, what can you do for me? But what do you bring to the table? Like, fuck, that's so stupid. More, how about what?
But in some cases, it's like, what do you actually bring to this relationship? Because I've seen some couples. One of them is a very close friend of mine.
Yeah,
his girlfriend does nothing. She doesn't help him with anything. Just going to the, like, she's not funny. She's very dry. She has no. She's like not.
Yeah.
It's like buddy. Shoot.
I know relationships like that.
So in some instance where the girl literally has nothing going on for herself, it's like me, I'm doing all these things. What can you bring? Right. What can you put into this potential relationship?
Yeah. And I almost think the better thing is to say, like, what can we do together to like make this relationship beautiful for both of us? Because there are plenty of guys where it's the same way. There are plenty of just bums, and these girls get with them. Now, sometimes it'll be because like they have a vision and they like can see that vision.
Girls like that,
yeah, and they can like see that vision happening and all that stuff. And but you have to be like working toward that vision. You can't be like, I'm gonna be like Well, I would hope you don't want to be this, but the next like Elon Musk or whatever. But
I mean, you if you want to, that's fine, but not like him. Like
right,
like you know, if you want to build a company,
yes,
like not like his, but somewhat like his, that's fine. But not be an Elon Musk.
Yes, that's what I meant when I yeah. But no, if you want to, if that's
if you're making all these nice cars, let me get one for free.
But if you're like, I don't know, make like a ton of money or whatever. Okay, cool. Like, what are you doing to work toward that? And of course, you have to like be actively working toward that, showing your partner that like you're doing that you're working toward that.
Yeah.
So what
was the question you asked me again?
Like what your how would you go about finding a relationship, and what would you look for a relationship, all those different things.
Well, go about finding a relationship. I have been a big advocate for in person, right? Going to like groups and like in public. But I've been trying. The dating apps have really been almost luring me in. Like, hey, listen. This is so much easier. You don't have to go out and talk to people. Like that kind of lure. And there have been some times where I have been finding myself swiping left and right. But then I'm like, oh no! I want actual human interaction. But yeah. So ideally and realistically, in public. The ways I wouldn't go about finding a relationship. Oh, no. Me personally, I do not like, and you and the rest of the boys.
I know where this is going.
I don't like bars and like nightclubs. Like you never going to catch me outside. How about that? No, you're never going to catch me.
That's a throwback.
Going to a bar,
trying
to pick up a girl. Like that's just not me.
You can't even say it.
But yeah. So like it's not like I don't drink, so I'm superior. No, it's like I just don't. I'm not about the bar scene, right? Like I know you are. I think Logan is. Yeah. I think Patrick is too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but like me personally, I just don't like bars. Like,
yeah. Well. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna let you finish first. You go first.
So yeah, so probably gotta touch on I'm a Christian, so ideally at church. But I will say there have been a few times where I've come across some, not like I'm going to go to church to try to find a girl. No, but like I've just come across just out of the blue girls that like I'm like, oh, like maybe I should go. Maybe I should go on a Facebook group.
Run clubs are a pretty popular way to meet people now.
Cycling clubs.
Yeah.
Biking clubs.
Yeah.
There's a group for I was actually looking on that the other day. There is a chess group that plays chess every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, at like 7:30 at night. Like over in like Hudson, at some not hookah lounge, but like some
hookah lounge.
So yeah, hookah, like some like low key, kind of like a bar type place.
Like a brewery or something.
Yeah, yeah. They have like the little chess.
Yeah, sure.
Things on like every other table or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So I realistically and idealistically out in public, obviously. And then the question was, what do I look for?
Yeah, what you look for and what you bring to a relationship yourself.
So what do I look for? I'm gonna start with the basics.
Yeah, physically, emotionally, everything.
So like funny. She's gotta be nice, or she's gotta be kind.
You like banter? That's a big one.
Love banter. Yes. I've actually told you guys through.
Can you elaborate on that for the audience?
Yeah. So by banter, I was a prime example. So I was a long time ago. Obviously not going to say name, but you know her.
Oh yeah.
Went on a date with this girl, and we were kind of a thing, but like we were like just getting off of the talking stage.
Oh, that okay.
Into like the actual like, hey,
You went on one date together?
Well, not one day. I think we went on like 5 dates in total, but like hanging out with each other, whatever. But one of the dates we went on, we went bowling. It was me, her, and like 4 or 5 of her friends.
Right.
So we went bowling, and I'm okay at bowling. Like, I try to do the little. My dad can bowl really. Like, he flicks his wrist, like he twists it, and it does a little spin.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
Look at the flick of the wrist. And the whole like the leg thing, where the
you like put your leg up kind of thing.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's But yeah, so went bowling with her and her friends, and like I think she was before me. Yeah, and so like I remember she made like a strike, and she walked
checked
up,
out her ass and said, "Hey, you gotta gave her a nice smack." And I was like, "Whoa,
that's funny." But yeah, no. So she gets done with her thing. She's walking up to me, it's about to be my turn next, and she was really short. So like me sitting down, like she would be slightly above my head.
Just for clarification, Jordan, how tall are you again?
6'2".
Right. So really short could be like 5'3", 5'5", something like that, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember how tall she was?
Like 5'2".
Yeah.
5'3". Yeah.
Like that is short, but like to me that's just like a very nice height for a girl.
No.
But yes, for you that's very short. Anyway, go
on. Yeah, and so she's walking towards me, and we meet kind of eye to eye. Me sitting down.
6'3", ladies. Go.
And she's like. It's like, wow, look at that awesome strike I just did. And she like kept on saying a few things, and then she said, like, hope you could top that off, buddy boy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, whoa, slow down, Chicopee, okay? I've been bowling ever since I was in elementary school, so pipe down, sit down, eat your Doritos, and let me show you how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
yeah,
kind of
banter. Yeah, you kind of like...
And I proceed to absolutely suck. I literally got like 3 or 4 pins down, and I look over and she's laughing, and I'm just like, yeah. I suck at bowling.
Okay, you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like something that would happen, like, you got like, well, it could even be still even like when they were doing the show, but like, it sounds like something that would happen like Drake and Josh. Like, Josh is with Mindy, like, and she's like, top that, I got a strike. He's like, all right, little girl. Maybe wouldn't call his girlfriend little girl, but whatever, right? Listen here, Missy, or something like that. Well, no, not when they're dating.
Well, yeah.
I'm talking like, say, continue. Like they're on a date.
Gotcha.
Maybe Drake's like with another girl. Maybe they're all together, whatever, right? But he's like, I've been bowling since I was a kid. So sit down, eat your chips, and watch me like play. And then she immediately, and then maybe even Drake. That wasn't a. Oh, really? Some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought.
Yeah. So that's like kind of there's, and I'm all about both levels. There's 2 levels of banter I like. Mm-hmm. One is the one I just described, kind of like lighthearted, funny, like kind of one-upping each other, but not really.
Yeah. You're teasing each other.
Yeah, teasing, and then the other level is where it's. I've told you guys this before. It's insulting, but it's not like true. Like we're not actually insulting each other. So like, for example,
elaborate, please.
So like with me and the girl bowling, right? She comes up to me and she's like, she says something like, yeah, with your long ass arms, I don't think you'll be able to aim properly.
Sure.
And then it's kind of making fun of the length of my arms. And then I would respond with something like, "Oh, look at the little leprechaun. She's so short. Oh, you can't even pick something off from the top shelf in the stores. Would you like me to come with you shopping, you little elf?" So I'm insulting her height. Or at least how short she is, her stature. She's insulting she's insulting me. So just like insulting each other by not like we're insulting each other, but it's not actually like. I'm not saying like you're gonna suck at bowling because you're so short. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I get
like it's not like real, I guess.
Right.
So like we're making fun of each other, but it's not like actually making fun of each other. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, it does. No,
Yeah,
I
okay.
understand what you're saying.
But then there are some times where like whatever girl, she'll say something just completely out of pocket, and to where I'll just be like, yeah, sure thing, yeah, absolutely. Like she'll say something just so out of pocket,
Right.
that me personally, I'll just be like, oh. I didn't know that was possible to say that, but okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
You almost like the, I wouldn't say like toxic girls, but you like someone who's gonna like kind of, I don't know, like mess with you a little bit.
Yeah.
Kinda just,
I like a little spiciness. You know,
yeah. Have a little spunk, little.
Yeah.
I feel it.
A little spitfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like let's say like someone cuts in front of us in line, right? And this dude's like 6'4", 350 pounds, right? He's a beast. And like, I'm about to like, hey man, listen, what are you doing, man? Hey, why you cutting? Get to the back, get back in your plate. Like, why are you cutting? And then she kind of like goes in front of me, and her being like, let's say she's shorter than me and this guy. She like, as in Spitfire, she like, hey man, get to the freaking back of the line, man. She kind of sizes him up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that's like, that's hot. It's a little hot.
Sure.
But then if he proceeds to do something to her, then
Right. You like someone who can like stand up for herself and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, okay.
I may lose, but I'm gonna go down swinging.
For sure. I get that. Okay.
But yeah, so that's a major thing for me. What I look for is banter, and I can use like after like I want to say like maybe 10 minutes of talking to a girl and like kind of me kind of like initiating the banter. Mm-hmm. If she can keep up with me and it's like good banter, like nothing like you got a long neck, like you're short, you got a freaking pimple under your eye, you have a little bit of crooked teeth, they're kind of yellow too, why don't you brush your teeth, your breath probably smells like feet, like that kind of stuff. It's like, well,
you would banter like that with her?
So like if it was like that kind of banter that she was trying to banter with me, I'd be like,
yeah, that
like to me that's weak banter, if that makes sense.
Well, that almost sounds like what they used to call in the pickup community is negging.
Yeah,
which is basically the idea of the reason that negging like became a thing was basically like you had these girls who were constantly receiving compliments and stuff like all the time. So the idea was like you would go up to them as a guy who is not trying to seek validation from them, and instead you're actually like trying to like lower their like undue confidence
by
like saying, but it like I think teasing is fun and playful.
Right.
Negging is like just for one, it's often very manipulative, but it's just fucking like it's just being mean, really.
Right.
It's like. I don't know, maybe she'd be like, say something about like, like, I don't know, you see her nails, like, yeah, well, I prefer, I don't know, whatever, like, kind of nails. Like, who fucking asked you? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Something like that, right? Whereas teasing is more like, I don't know, maybe she's got, like, really long nails and you're like, and she like works in an office.
Why do you use those to scratch one of your friend's back? Are those your little personal back scratches?
Something like that. I don't know. Or yeah, just.
Although they do feel good on the head.
Yeah.
But
or I don't know, just something like like she works in an office. Like, oh, so what are you constantly breaking those when you're like typing or whatever? Something like that. Yeah. I think that is
right. But
I get what you mean as far as like banter.
Yeah. So like during the first like 15 minutes of talking to a girl. Like if I'm
Say 50
initiating
or 15?
15.
50, okay.
15. Gosh, if I took that long, 50 minutes to. No. But yeah, so if I'm initiating banter with her and she's giving me strong banter and not weak banter, then I'm like.
So do you like being rude or like negging, like that's weak banter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if it's like truly rude, then I'll just say. Then I won't banter. I'll just be like, well, hey, before you go back to your friends, make sure to get braces because your mouth looks like a trash compactor, and no one probably wants to kiss that mouth.
Yeah, I would say like
if they're being like very rude, like I'm not gonna say that if like
right, no,
but if they're truly being like an asshole and like oh well, you know, like if I have no intention of going up and asking her out, and I'm just like again doing a little banter, seeing if she's compatible, right, and she mistakes that for like me trying to ask her out,
aren't you? Wouldn't that be the point of you approaching her in the first place?
Well, like me bantering is like trying to find out, right, and instead of just going up and saying, "Hey, girl, listen, I saw you over here." Like instead of that, I usually kind of do a little bit of banter. That's like my cushioning, like before.
Okay.
That's my
how you flirt.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Banter is how I flirt. Not physically, but I could, but you'll never see me go up to a girl and say, "Hey, I just, you look mighty fine over here. Can I buy you a drink?" Like that's and hey, if
see how it is.
No, literally, like if and Logan, you'll.
I don't think Logan's as direct as me either.
No,
I don't.
Well, like so, if you're a type of person that does that, that's fine. It works for you, or that's your form. But my form is just
anybody in the audience, but not just Logan. Anyone in the audience. It doesn't
But like if you could do that and that works for you. Like, again, more power to you. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Me, it doesn't work for
me. Yeah. So, okay. So,
yeah.
You know what? I'll let you go through your like everything else first, and then I guess I should probably go into this. So, like, yeah, I guess we'll just have more back and forth here. So. For me, first of all, I would say like getting some shade, but it's all right. It's all good. But about like kind of how I go about like finding relationships, and also like how I approach. Now, I will be just like bluntly honest with this. Neither of us, so at least I haven't, to my knowledge, you haven't either. Like actually. Directly approached in a long while. For me, I talked about this in the first episode as well that we did, but I don't feel that I am attractive to the women that I find attractive. That's my issue. That's why I don't like really approach and stuff like that. That's my issue. With you, but sorry, but with that, what I will say is So I'm working on all that, of course. But when I do, get to that point, my, I guess, plan... Well, part of my plan... Because I think the best, place you can be at is where you can say, basically, no matter where you are, if you, just find a woman that you find attractive, you can just, approach her. Mm-hmm. And to me, I really struggle with making my intentions clear. So for me, I can go and just talk to anybody, but what I've found is that normally when I talk to when I talk to girls, I'm too friendly. I'm not direct at all, and they don't even know that I'm flirting with them. So what I've found is that I think the best thing for me to do is to just be direct from the jump, and to just I wouldn't offer to buy a girl a drink. But I do think, just going up and being hey, I thought you were cute and I want to come introduce myself.
Sweet and simple.
Yeah.
Sweet and simple.
Because then, also, if she's not into it, okay, cool, you're not into it. Have a good night, or she says or she says I have a boyfriend or whatever, no worries. I hope you guys are happy together, whatever.
Yeah.
and I do think that like a big part of approaching in general, a big part of dating is rejection, and I think that a big part of it is, you have to be able to take rejection well. So like if a girl rejects you, which they're going to, right, or a guy or whatever you're into rejects you for whatever reason, you have to be okay with that and to be able to say like, hey, no worries, gonna have a good. Well, what I think, what it almost sounded like what you were talking about, like the trash compactor thing. A lot of guys will do that where they'll be like, oh well, you're ugly anyway. I didn't even want to. It's like, dude, you fucking came up to her and fucking tried to hit on her.
Yeah, it's like, but calm down, okay?
So I do think that mentality, even of being like, well, your teeth look like a trash compactor anyway, so no one wants to kiss you. It's like, well, okay, but you came over to her wanting to talk to her and probably kiss her, so
I don't mean it like. It's probably a wrong way I worded that, but like, if I'm talking to a girl and I have no intention of asking her out, I'll still banter.
I think you could tell someone if they're being a bitch, just honestly, like, okay, I came over to try to get to know you and everything, and, found out what I need to know. You are not nearly hot enough for this attitude. Something like that. Because I think that's honest, where it's like, I thought you were attractive. Now, me personally, I would just be like, yeah, I think we're done here. Like, you just, I would still try to, like, be the better person. Because, like, especially when it comes to, like, dating and anything with girls, like, I always try to, like, leave them better than I found them. I think that's a very important thing to do, too. And I think that even applies to, like, one-night stands or whatever. Like, always try to leave anyone that you have any kind of, like, romantic or sexual relationship with or whatever, try to leave them better than when you found them. And I think that I've done that, both in romantic relationships that I've had, and I guess kind of like, I had this girl that I was, like, dating for a little bit, and I didn't know we were dating. I didn't consider us dating, but, when I asked her out, she was like, aren't we already dating? And I'm like, are we? We never, like, full-on had sex, but, we met out and shit. But I do think that overall, I left her better than I found her, and I think she.
You guys had a good make-out sesh?
We did. Yeah, it was a good time.
No.
And I will say on that note too. I don't know if this is like getting too far off track. Well, fuck it. I'll just like people talk a lot about like because this is very important too. And honestly, like I would say like consent is key for like every aspect of every step you take in a relationship. Even so much as like going to talk to them. You're still basically like getting their consent to talk to them. Because if they reject you, okay, you now don't have their consent to keep like trying to hit on them. If they, you try to get their number, ask them out, whatever, you don't, etc. So like every step of the way, you're just kind of getting more and more consent, right? So like with this girl, when we were, people talk about like, oh well, once I'm like, turned on or whatever. A lot of guys will talk about themselves like they're animals that have no like thought outside of like. Like they're a caveman. Me horny, me must fuck. Like, no, that's not. You can be because, like, with this girl, we were getting pretty hot and heavy, and like, she told me to stop, and like, I didn't hear her the first. She like said it twice, maybe 3 times. But like, well, she didn't say stop. She was like, we have to, like, we can't, whatever, something like that, right? And like, I heard her, and I was, it took me a minute to like, cool down, but I was like, all right, like, it is what it is. So like, when you're going like hot and heavy like that. Yes, it is like the person that you're with, whatever they're doing, can retract consent at any time, and you can retract consent at any time too. You're not like an animal where you're like, oh no, like I'm in that mode. I'm going like we're that's because I'll be real. There are a lot of guys who in that situation would not have stopped. And that would have been a crime. That would have been...
that would have been a crime.
It would have.
The way you said that was funny.
Yeah.
Well, that's not funny.
No. I know. Yeah. I know what you mean. The delivery is funny. Well, yeah. Rape's a crime, so... But,
oh, man.
To get into, like, the more fun stuff. Yeah, so, like, what I'm looking for... So, I've always said that, like... I like the kind of like girl next door type. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that though is really just someone who's like
blondes. I'm just kidding. Airheads, am I right?
What I mean is someone who's like sweet and fun and bubbly.
Right.
And like, yes, for a long time I have, of course, like my preference has been like white blonde women. I do still have a strong preference for the like white blonde women or like white like or like Latin women, brunette. Blondes and brunettes are typically my like go-to, right? But like, look, there's a big difference between like preferences and like deal breakers. I am fully accepting of the fact that like my girlfriend, the love of my life, could be a black woman, could be an Asian woman, could be an Indian or Middle Eastern or whatever, yeah. And I know for a long time, like, and this is something you actually helped me with, you opened my eyes to the beauty of women past like a even darker than like a tan level of.
That's right. And what I'm about to say is I don't relate women to this in any way.
Oh God!
So I just want to pair it because nowadays people are, so you mean that? So you compare the no. So I opened your eyes like in the beginning. You liked chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, okay.
That's the only ice cream you ever saw or ate in your whole entire life. I come along and I'm like, hey, whoa. I mean, hey, chocolate chip is good. It's delicious. Fantastic.
You don't like it though.
We'll
get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
So like, I've looked and I've been like, whoa, chocolate chip ice cream is good, delicious. Mwah. But, buddy, there's cookie dough over here.
Right.
Buddy, there's Reese's peanut butter cup,
mint chocolate chip, cookies and cream.
All these there's red velvet. There's all these different flavors, and you were like, you know what? I'll try chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Red velvet. Yeah. So now you like all flavors.
Yes. So this is the thing. Like,
except coffee ice cream. Ugh. And now just actually talking about coffee ice cream.
No, I know. You're talking about ice cream. I was gonna say you're losing the coffee. Okay. First of all, I like coffee ice cream. Coffee ice cream is good, but
might as well just drink coffee.
Well, I do that too.
Drink coffee while eating coffee ice cream.
I haven't done that, but I have drank coffee. But I do drink coffee with ice cream sometimes.
Eat coffee ice cream while drinking coffee while eating coffee candy.
I think I've had coffee candy. Anyway, well, back on.
That's disgusting.
Back on track.
That's a lot of coffee.
Okay, so
you're welcome, by the way.
Yes. So I have had my eyes open to basically the fact that like I just fucking like women, like I don't know. I find most of them like there are levels of variance and all that stuff. Obviously, like I don't like super obese or like sickly skinny, and
right.
I have things with like facial preferences and stuff. Right?
You don't like Chocolate Thunder?
Oh my God. That's so fucked up.
No, I'm just joking.
No, but like, and this is why. Like, this is something, a lot of guys will like have those same kind of preferences. Or they like want to be with like a 10 out of 10 model or something. But they themselves are like a scrub, as you would say,
or a schlub.
Schlub. Yes.
That's my favorite word.
Yeah, and I think that it's good to have that level of self-awareness to say, like, if you want to be with like a hot baddie, great. You should be a hot baddie too. Like, simple as that. And for me, like, I don't like feel like I'm, I guess, deserving, for lack of a better word, of like the kind of women that I want to be. Now, I don't want to be like a 10 out of 10 like baddie or whatever, but I'm a lot more open-minded to the kind of women that I'll date, especially as far as like just seeing where it goes. For me personally, one thing that I did for a long time was I put a lot of pressure on myself and the girls that I dated because I also believed in only dating for marriage. And so for me to even want to date someone, I already had it in my mind, like, I'm going to marry them. Like, if I even was interested in dating someone, it was going to be for marriage. So it was going to be like, okay, if I'm going to date you, like, I already see marriage potential. And to me, that was something that like held me back a lot. And I realized, both because of racial preferences and because of how I viewed dating before, there were a lot of girls I could have dated like in high school and right after high school and stuff that I just never really gave a chance back then. And, but I look at all that stuff very differently now, which I think is ultimately a good thing for myself. As far as like my type or whatever, you like the banter, you like that kind of, all that kind of stuff. For me, I don't know. I like someone who's like really sweet and fun and bubbly and just a really good friend who's just like, there for you. And obviously you have that, like that physical attraction to each other and stuff. Like, I've always loved like the friends to lovers trope, right? I think you would probably enjoy not only like the enemies or the rivals to lovers. I think because you get a lot of that, like that banter kind of naturally happens in those dynamics. But to me, I've found that as much as I love it, I don't think that like friends to lovers is that realistic. So like my way of like finding a relationship is basically like what I want to do is like go out to, yes, bars, but go anywhere, right? Bars would be like a very intentional place, but go anywhere and just like tell a girl like, if I were cute, I want to introduce myself, whatever, right? And if she's into it and we start talking and we exchange numbers, whatever, or like you were talking and things get heated and we want to like go home together that night, whatever it is, dates, one night stands, long-term relationships, whatever. And I want to kind of just, for one, I want to like experience it all and make it for lost time. But also I want to like, I think like my ideal relationship would be one in which like we meet, we have more of a casual relationship at first. And then like, as we get more and more into each other, we're like, okay, we want to make this like a real thing, like an exclusive thing. And then what I think that I want, as far as like exclusivity goes, I think what I want is like a relationship where we are basically like romantically monogamous. We're not like quote romantically involved with other people, but what I think I'd like to have, what I'd like to explore and see if we could make it happen, is basically like a group of like friends with benefits where like we're actually friends with each other. We actually hang out, we have a good time, we're friends. And we also have like, group sex sessions together, could be like a threesome with like my girl and another girl, or like me and another guy, like double team her, or whatever it is, those kind of things. We have like orgies and all kind of shit together, just a fun, like that would be fucking awesome to me. And but to me, like a key part of that is the like actual friendship with these people as well. And and that sounds very weird to a lot of people because they, I think part of like what's important with like relationships and sex and all that as well is demystifying it. Instead of thinking like, oh, it's this like magical thing and all these different things, like, to think of it like, okay, relationships are like beautiful and they're just like, it's this beautiful thing, but there's nothing like magical about it. There's nothing like, and same goes for sex. Like, yes, sex can be this like beautiful, like, almost like proclamation of like yourself and your partner's love for each other, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a thing that you guys just do for fun. It can be something you do to get closer together. It can be something you do to procreate, obviously. It can be all those different things, but it can just be a casual, fun thing that adults do together because why the hell not, that's kind of how I view all that stuff. But and then I think that kind of answers like what I am like looking for and how I like go about like pursuing relationships. For you, what would you like give to a relationship? And then I'll give my answer on that as well.
What would I give? What would I give? I'd give a lot of things. But I think one of the big things I would give would probably have to be Probably stability.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I guess maybe. Okay, I'm looking for like a more elaborate answer.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and do mine first. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking for something more like, I guess, more specific. Like for me, I would say like, obviously, like I say, like emotional and sexual compatibility are very important for me. So those are also the same kind of things that I would definitely give, like stability, reliability, like really being there for each other, like, someone like I am someone who's gonna like, definitely like help out around the house, do things together, encourage her when she's feeling down, just be like her best friend, her confidant, her lover, her like all those different things, and I would hope she's those things for me as well. But those are the kind of things I would say that I like give to the table, if you will. I'm very open-minded and non-judgmental, so I would be a safe space for her to like really talk about anything. One thing that's very important to me as well, probably makes sense considering like what I do both here and on my own channel. I'm a yapper, and I want a girl who can yap with me. I want a girl who like we can just fuck.
And then if y'all are having a movie night sometime, remind me to bring.
Stay home.
No, I'll come, but remind me to bring Bluetooth wireless headphones so I could connect to your TV and you guys can yap about the movie together. I can just focus on the movie.
Listen, maybe we can wait until after the movie and then we can yap. We can like at a movie theater.
Right.
Make little comments here and there, and then like when it's over, now we analyze everything.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be like, all right, guys, did you have fun? Then I see you go out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
But no, just like yapping and because like okay, to me, one of the most like beautiful things to me is like, being able to like just like spend either a day or a night or whatever together, like in bed, just like talking with each other and just like really getting close to each other, and having that beautiful connection, and also having sex with each other and having that connection with each other, both the emotional and the physical. To me, I don't know, that's just like a really beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So with those things said, and I'll talk about like
I know what I could bring. Yeah.
But yeah. So what would you?
I'd bring trust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What would that look like?
A lot of women nowadays, they don't get with the most trustworthy of guys, or they.
Oh, you would be trustworthy.
Yeah. So like for instance, let's say a girl that I'm into, she's had like let's say 3 boyfriends, and every single boyfriend has said these different types of things, but never like acted on anything that he said. So he's not trustworthy. Always, causing problems, that kind of stuff. And me and this girl get together and we become serious. I can actually show her, hey, like what you went through with those 3 boyfriends and like the untrustworthiness. That's not everyone. Like you can be, and mainly like you can be yourself around me. Like you don't have to act like a different person if we're out in public, at home. Like you can. I know like me, I will be myself no matter what. And my whole thing with that is, and it's kind of harsh, I think, but if you don't like my personality and who I am, like, there's the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last episode.
If you if you truly,
because I don't like them.
Well, yeah. So like, if you truly don't like me, anything about me, like, there's a front door. Like, go. Like, you don't need me, and I clearly don't need you. But if you truly like me for who I am and all my different quirks and all these different things, freaking stay. But yeah, so trust and let your guard down. So but like, you know, for the trustworthy thing, like all these other dudes you've been with that have displayed untrustworthiness.
Yeah.
I want you to know that you can. I'll be trustworthy with you, and you know, hopefully you're the same thing with you're the same with me. And same thing, you can be totally yourself. Like I'm obviously not getting names, but this girl recently, I was told by a good friend of hers that she feels like she can be herself around me, and that's a big relief to her.
It's a good
I'm like,
green flag for both of you.
That's awesome. So yeah, so trustworthy. So I could bring trust to the table, or to the relationship, and realism. Like I'm gonna be myself no matter what.
Authenticity.
There we go. Authenticity. I was gonna say there's gotta be a word like that. But yeah, that's what I would say I would bring. I mean, I know there's like more than one, but yeah, that is.
Yeah, I'm not asking for just one.
Yeah, no.
Just in general.
Yeah, I feel like so like kindness, respect, that kind of stuff. But ultimately, and not to mention all the love in the world. Not to mention all the love in the world. Because like,
I mean, he's a love bomber. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
not love.
Yeah, ladies, just again, calm.
Oh
no,
my
I'm just
God.
kidding. But no, like, I've come to find out about myself that like, I'll show love in public,
right?
But not like the overly like kissy, boo boo smoochy face, whatever.
I love PD.
Behind closed doors, like at home, your boy gonna be. Your boy gonna be clingy. Oh, so that's another thing I like about a girl.
Clinginess?
Yes, but to a degree.
Of course.
Like if I'm if I'm out if I'm out fishing with my dad, which we would never fish, but let's just say in this reality, I've been out fishing all day with my dad. Like we'll text each other back and forth. Me and my girl we'll talk to each other. But like if I want to spend a day with like a family member or something, like I would kind of like that. But other than that, that's like, please, like be a freaking part of my body. Like
be attached to them.
Yeah. Not now if she's like not every second, but like let's say like every hour of every day, like, hey, where are you?
Okay.
What are you doing? But it's like, I'm going to the grocery store to get us some food for dinner.
Right.
I'll be back in 20 minutes. Oh, okay. We'll make sure you come back. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna go out and.
I think that would be a sign of like insecurities on her end that she wouldn't really trust in that way. So that brings up an interesting point. Like what we're doing right here. Will you, like, especially when you guys are living together or whatever, would you be okay, and I guess would she be okay in this situation, with like you hanging out with like just like one of your guy friends doing something like this, and like because you're saying like you're like attached to each other, would she have to like always come along for those kind of things, or are you okay with like you guys doing separate things, like her hanging out with the girls every now and then, you hanging out with the boys, or one boy, or whatever, Because I think it's important to not like never hang out with your girl and your friends, but I think it's important to have a separate life.
Yeah. I mean, so I'll ask her. Well, I'll ask her like, hey, like let's say we're going to like, I don't know, the movies or like Busch Gardens or whatever.
Sure.
I'll be like, hey, like, is it so like let's say it's like a boys like a boys weekend or whatever.
Sure.
And we get a hotel all four and we go to Busch Gardens and we do that. I'll be like, hey, fellas, is it alright if my girl comes with, and you guys like, oh yeah, absolutely, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll ask her like, hey, do you want, like, me and the boys are going to Busch Gardens this weekend, you want to come with? Like, oh, absolutely. Like, all right, cool. But if she's like, well, no, I want to spend time with, some of my girls. Like, all right, cool, whatever. But, yeah.
So, like
if we're doing something, I'm not just going to bring her along and say, I just assumed, Christian, I assumed that you would be okay, or that you would want her to hang out with us or whatever.
Okay.
So, but, and like, I mean, I'll say this, I'm clingy myself, but I know the limitations. Like, hey, listen.
I just think it's good to be able to, they say you have to love yourself before you love yourself. I don't think that's necessarily true. There are a lot of people get into relationships and they don't love themselves. But I think I do think, you want to have a healthy degree of separation from each other where you're like, yes, you love each other, yes, you're together, all that. But, and again, I'm someone like, I want to be with my girl like pretty much all the time too. But I'm also going to understand that like, we're going to have moments where like, you just want to hang with your girls, or I just want to hang with my guy, or you want to do something on your own completely, or I want to do whatever, all those different things.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where communication is key.
That's right. You heard it first. No. But, well, one of the things I would like for her to be is, again, clingy, but to a degree.
This is something that, like, a lot of guys, I don't like this at all, but, like, I knew this guy years ago. He was actually, like, the boss or friends with, like, I don't remember if he was the boss of or just friends with another friend of mine that worked at the same place together. When he was telling this one time, he was like, my girl, he was like, she gotta cook, she gotta clean, she gotta get down in the bedroom, she gotta all this stuff. And yet, I never understood guys that like, oh, she has to like, cook and clean. Like, I never understood that. Because, like, I understand, like, you want sexual compatibility, you want sexual and, again, emotional compatibility. I totally get that. I'm with you. I don't understand people that sometimes the way they talk about girls, it's almost like they want a mom. They want someone to, like, look after them and stuff. It's like, you want them to chew their food for you, too? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. I understand if you're like, I want someone who's going to, like, take care of the house with me, because I do, too. But, or cook with, or like if she wants to do all the cooking or whatever, that's fine. But like to have that as like a demand and expect that's crazy to me. If you're with someone and like they enjoy, because there are a lot of women that enjoy being a homemaker, right? If that's like something she has and like that's what she wants to do, great. But I think it's really weird when guys like demand or expect that like she's going to do everything and I'm just going to like, I don't know, just put my feet up or I'm just going to be the breadwinner or whatever. Now, maybe if you're in a relationship where like you make a high income job and you make all the money and she doesn't, but if she's working as well, especially like that's it's ridiculous to like expect a girl to like work for like 8-9 hours a day, come home and also like be your maid and like your like chef and stuff. It's I don't know, it's weird. So
hey. Woman, cook me a salad. I almost said cook me a salad. Cook me a thing of soup. No, that'd be. Jeez.
At least soup's easy. But it's still, yeah. It's just weird.
Cook me a salad.
I thought you were going to say cook me a sandwich. I was going to be like, cook a
sandwich. Yeah, I know. It's like.
I mean, you can heat up a sandwich. I like cooked sandwiches.
But, I mean, my thing is, if you are a good cook and you want to cook, that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm more of a baker than a cooker. Like, I'll definitely bake stuff. But if she wants to, get in the kitchen and be the cook, like that's fine. But if you're if you make like a legitimate like terrible food, I'll very lovingly say, well, let me cook for a few nights, and then that'll turn into cook for a few months, and then a couple of years, and then that'll be it. I'll be like, you no longer cook anymore because last time I ate your food, I got food poisoning.
I do think as well, it's also good to people talk about setting boundaries in relationships and stuff. I think a boundary that would be helpful to set would be where basically you tell your partner, like, listen, we're honest with each other about everything. So, like, if you cook and I don't like it, I need to be able to tell you that without you getting mad, right? If you do not do the classic, does this dress make my butt look big? Or whatever, like, if you were going to ask me something...
Fat, babe! You got a dumpy back there! Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
That's true. Nowadays, people would want to be told.
You got a dumpy back there, babe. Really?
How times change.
I'll buy 3 of these, please.
Yeah.
Golly.
Maybe. Now it would be to just make my butt look small. Not at all, babe.
Yeah. No, your butt looks real thin.
Yeah.
Slap. Like,
right.
Fine.
No,
As fat as a freaking horse, dude.
Maybe just just maybe look fat, right? Something like that, right?
Or like, does this dress look bad on you?
Something like just whatever it is. Like, you need to be able to be honest with each other about even little things like that. Because
of course it does, babe. Your line looks terrible on me. You're thinking that right now. Well, I'm not.
Yeah. All the more reason why you need to be able to be honest. Because otherwise, if they have if they think like, well, you can't, you're not being honest. We don't have this like open thing where you can be honest. Then maybe you're not being honest. Like it should be. I think it should be a given that you and your partner are going to be, honest with each other about stuff. So but yeah. I think that's pretty much everything we can go over for all this. But one thing that I will ask of you as well, like your type, because you never really. What do you look for, like, physically, in a girl?
Well, recently, and by recently I mean about a year ago, maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago.
He's had his eyes open as well. He's finally coming to the light side, if you will.
There are some blondes where I'm like, I would totally get with her or whatever.
Right.
But no, about maybe a year, 2 years ago, I realized, because in the past, in the way past, I never really thought about it and like looked at women who have this type of body and be like, wow, this looks like I like this body type, or I don't like this body type. I am now a big fan of muscle mommies, like women who like they're not jacked, obviously. They're not like Hulk Hogan.
You like when they got some muscle on them.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Safari.
Yeah, like she has her body type. I like it. I think it's pretty attractive. But physically, what is my ideal physical in a woman?
I think with someone like with Sarah though, for one, it's her personality. Like she's just a great.
Her
but also her face card doesn't decline. Like she has a very pretty face.
She's very.
I think that's pretty. And to me, I will say as well, the face is the most important part of a pretty.
The face is the first thing you look at.
Yeah, it's the first. Yeah, exactly.
I've heard a lot of people say. I've heard a lot of women say shoes are the first thing they look on a guy. Yeah, which I'm like, really? Huh, interesting. We look at the face, but they look at the shoes.
Well, it depends. A lot of guys look at the tits or the ass first, too.
Right. So, physical on a woman that I ideally find attractive. If they want to be all, smart like that.
Yeah, like, if you designed, like, your dream girl. what would she look like?
Build a Girl Workshop. That's terrible. That's
Jesus
horrible.
Christ.
I know. That's out of pocket. I know. Listen, man. Good thing.
There's a song.
Good thing you cannot know what someone's thinking.
There's a song that says, "This ain't Build-A-Bitch. You don't get to pick and choose." And you're over here saying, "Yeah, this is Build-A-Bitch." But no, for the purposes of this, I am saying that, like, yeah, ideally,
right.
Which is not the same thing as must-haves, obviously.
No. Yeah. So body shape, I would say a either thick and or curvy and or toned body.
Okay.
I like. It relates back to me that you take care of yourself and you care about yourself for and all that good stuff.
You know what I would love, by the way, right? We're talking about all this stuff. I would love if next year we have a follow-up where we both have girlfriends and we can talk about like how this fits, what we were like looking for, how we got together, all that stuff, and we can also talk about how well our girls fit the like the image that like we're building even right now.
Yeah,
it'd be really cute to have them on too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway, well, that's hopefully next year thing. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like those kind of body types I like. Just an overall attractive face. Don't really matter about the color of the eyes. Same thing, color of the hair. But I do like.
That's not true.
But I do like curly hair.
You also hate unnatural hair colors.
Oh,
blue,
yeah, like dye,
pink, green, like anything.
Yeah, like I don't mind if you dye your hair blonde, like I like dirty
red.
Blonde or whatever. But like if you if I can tell it's dyed.
Well, okay, but if it's blonde, it's often dyed too.
Well, like
because of the roots.
Well, like to me, when I see a girl that has dyed their hair blonde, to me it looks natural.
Sure.
But if she has like like a yellowish blonde, then I'm like, yeah, it's
where it looks too
yellow. It looks like it's been dyed. Like to me, I've seen girls who have dyed their hair. If they haven't told me that, I would say, wow, you have really nice, blonde hair.
Well, I didn't even know for the longest time until we were hanging out with, I think all of us were together, like the boys. And Logan pointed out there was this girl, she was our waitress at Chili's. And our waitress was blonde, and he just offhand when she like left, he was just like, oh, she dyes her hair. And I'm like, how can you tell? And he's like, the roots. And I still, he doesn't even, like, to him, it's one of those things where it's like, to you, that was the most important moment of your life. To me, it was a Tuesday. To him, he's like, oh, I don't even remember that, like, I said that. But, like, to me, that sticks in my mind. And, like, I know now that, because I always wondered, like, why do some people have, like, darker hair at, like, the top and then lighter hair through the rest? Like, I never understood how that worked. But, yeah, it's because, like, most people, most guys and girls, but especially women, who have blonde hair, it's not natural. It's not naturally blonde.
No.
But I know you do like I would imagine your preference is brunettes, right?
It's a close call between redheads and brunettes.
Okay.
There are a few blondes that I'd go for, but
you can just say Sydney Sweeney. It's okay.
She's very attractive.
Do you like her look? Like her aesthetic, her like
I do.
Style, her body type, everything?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. That is probably the most like most guys will agree with you kind of thing. Because normally you're like, oh, I don't like this or that, whatever, that most guys do like, especially like hot celebrities and stuff. But for you, like Sydney Sweeney, you're there for. You're like her, like yes, she is like gorgeous. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
I wonder if anyone got that new lingerie of hers for like their girlfriend for Valentine's Day this year.
Probably a bunch of people.
I heard people saying like, guys, don't do it. It's a trap.
It's a trap. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the like obviously dyed hair. Like again, like the blues, the neon greens, just like Dyed hair, I'm not really that into. Now, there are some people, and by some I mean one, that looks really good. It's a scroll off of TikTok. But yeah, so not really into dyed hair, really big into glasses. Again, like face shape doesn't really matter. Eye color don't really matter. Yeah, again, kind of in between redheads and brunettes. Me myself being a redhead. What else? She doesn't have to, but if she does, it is like an extra, like, wow. If she has a nice collarbone, yeah, I do like the collarbones. Yeah. Her precious things, her boobs, but not too big. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really care. Like if you got a big butt, like, oh, cool, yeah. I mean, I've been told I got a big butt. Which every now and then I look in the mirror, I'm like, really? I guess. Yeah, just like so body type, either toned, athletic, or curvy or thick. Face, it doesn't really. I mean, it does matter, but like if she has like a sharp face, doesn't matter. If she has like a more chubby face, doesn't matter. Eye color doesn't matter. I like blonde or some blondes. I'm on the line of either liking redheads or brunettes.
Well, you seem to like generally more like uniqueness is something you value.
Yeah, like
we went over like styles that we like in women before, like on the second episode, I think, of our own styles that we like and styles we like on women. So for you, like, I know you tend to like what I would call like more kind of baggy clothes, more like street clothes. When it comes to like dresses, you like the big poofy like ball gown dresses and stuff like that. I do not like those things. So you have like we have very different tastes with stuff like that.
And if it's a backless dress, oof, that deserves a big oof.
A big oof.
Oof, buddy.
A good big oof though.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Height doesn't matter really.
Well, you're 6'3", ladies. He's 6'3".
6'3". Jeez.
He is 6'3".
But yeah, that's kind of physically what I like. So, what physically, what do you like on a woman?
So, I guess I'd say two like main types. Like you were saying, I like these are not set in stone, like it has to be one or the other, but like my preferences tend to be either like I would say kind of like fair skinned, white, blonde, or like tan brunette with blonde with blue eyes, brunette with brown eyes, those are like the main two that I like kind of oscillate in between. But like I was saying, like if there was a girl who like we clicked on every level, we got along really well, we had great connection, chemistry, similar interests, or like everything I'm looking for, and they were like a redhead, or they were like black or Asian or something, whatever it might be, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm into her for her, But what I've found is that the shape, not even so much of the body, more so the face, is what is most important to me. The body, yes, like I was like a healthy weight is good, but like I'm okay with a little bit of thickness. I'm okay with a little bit of thinness. I do tend to prefer not too big, but like a nice size breast as far as like I don't know, like C, maybe some, D. What I care more, I was talking to a girl about this who she normally has like smaller tits, and she has bigger ones now that she's gained some weight. And I was saying how like personally, small but perky is better than big and saggy. The firmness and perkiness, if you will, is more important than, and I would say similar to the ass. If it's like big but it's like cellulite, and you see the like, I don't even know what you call it, but like the, you see the cellulite like in the ass or the thighs or whatever. Like that's, I don't really like that. But I like a nice bubble butt or like a medium. I tend to like medium size tits and ass for the most part. But again, the face is like big thing for me. Hair and clothing style is also very important as far as like, I don't hate it, but I'm really not a fan of like bangs or like straight down bangs. Bangs swept to the side are fine, but I prefer, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like, things like that. I really like, as far as style, like my favorite thing for like, a girl to wear, is, crop top and, cut off jean shorts. And then like, as far as dresses, I like, cocktail dresses, or, party dresses, whatever you want to call them. Things that like go up, like just like past the thigh or something, but not like to the knees or below. Same thing for like skirts and stuff like that. But like nice, like, skinny jeans or ripped jeans or something, like those are nice too. And just, again, I don't really like baggy clothes. But yeah, I mean, as far as the face goes, so we actually did this thing, and we're going over it, with the boys, where I was looking at, it was like different types of beauty.
Right.
And one of the ones that I found, what I tended to like was, it was called like angel beauty, like more of kind of like an angel face, I guess you could say. Right. I tend to like softer features, right? But there was another one that was like, it was called like man eater beauty, and I like that too. So, but yeah, I tend to like more of a softer, not like fat round, but like kind of round, but also kind of like maybe more of a heart shape. I don't really know. But just someone who like looks very like sweet and cute and like approachable, and just like like how I am on Logan is the same way when we watch stuff a lot of times, like especially if there's a cute girl like doing something or whatever on TV or whatever, like aw, or oh my god, like some kind of relationship thing happens, like between like a couple, and like we're like oh whatever, like we're ours. We're very but yeah, I don't know, man. Just like I don't know, there's as far as like I guess deal breakers or whatever, for me it's okay. Oh, I know two actually. One, I don't. Some people are doing this now. That this whole like no eyebrows thing. Do not like that. Like either zero or very thin, or like very light eyebrows that you can barely see. Like eyebrows are so expressive on the face that like you kind of need them, to the point where like my mom, because when you get older you start losing your eyebrows a lot of times. My mom actually had eyebrows like tattooed on. You can do that kind of thing too, but yeah, eyebrows are very important. And I would also say on a similar note to that, kind of on the opposite side, I don't like body hair. I do not like hair on the arms, the legs, the back, the lower back, underarms, like I don't like it. I don't like it on myself, and I don't like it on like girls that I'm into either. I've said this before, but like I don't like hair anywhere except for my arms and legs, and the only reason I keep it on my arms and legs is because I know it's a more masculine feature. It's something that women tend to like, that, if you will. And I'm okay with having it there. But anywhere else, I don't like it. Except of course for my hair and my face, my head and my face. But like with a girl, and it's just like, and I know like there are some like especially a lot of brown girls will have like they'll get a little bit of a mustache, then or when women get older, they'll get a just shave that stuff and you're fine. Same thing if you have like back hair or whatever. Like I get it. I shave like right below the back of my neck. I wherever you don't want hair, just get rid of it. I saw this thing where this one was talking about. It was like wearing low-rise jeans as a Latina and like not realizing like I have a Sasquatch back there or I have Chewbacca back there. It's like then shave it. Like it's not complicated. So yeah, I'm very much like I don't like body hair, but other than that, like I don't really think I'm too picky as far as like what I like. In women, what I find attractive and stuff like that. But one thing that I want to say with all those other things is like, so I would say like kind of the body hair and like the no eyebrows or whatever. Those things are kind of like I guess deal breakers, or even like being like super like obese or whatever. Those are things where it's like But most of the other stuff are all like preferences and stuff like that. So I would say some musts, and this is like it's crazy how many guys don't do this either. But like. You gotta have proper hygiene. You gotta take a shower. You gotta wash your hair. I'm not like super big into like, you gotta have like a full face of makeup like all the time. But like, definitely, make yourself presentable. If you look great without makeup, then like fucking don't worry about it. But like, they say like beards are makeup for men.
They really are. Yeah.
So like, for me, like, I get it. Like there are things, what I do think though is stupid, what guys will do, like, especially if they're like, oh my god, she takes so long to get ready. Well, yeah, dude, she's putting on like a ton of makeup and doing her hair and stuff. You just like changed your shirt, maybe, like if you even did that. So it's like, of course it's going to take her. So I think one of the things, and I guess it's something I bring to the table, is like understanding the female experience, especially when it comes to things like that. Like, yeah, I want you to like look pretty and look hot with me and for me and all that.
Right.
I also understand that's going to take effort. One of the things also I want us to like encourage each other to like, eat, like be healthy and like be in good shape. And again, like a big thing for me is like maintaining that attraction to each other as we age and as we like go through our life together and everything. Cause like, we were talking about this yesterday, like kind of jokingly, but also like, I want us to be active, especially sexually active until we're fucking dead, be hitting that all the time.
Shut. Making the bed.
Which I will say on that because like again, part of my like ideal relationship is like I want to be with someone where like we make it an effort, and again, it's not somewhere like it has to be, but like we make it an effort to begin and end every day having sex with each other, as well as like cuddling and pillow talk and all that.
Yeah.
And I remember I was talking to you about this. You outpaced me. You are like, I think 2 times a day. And I've gotten some girls. Actually, I've gotten mainly guys that have been, oh, you'll never find a girl like that. But I've gotten girls that have been like, oh, like actually, yeah, like that. I'd like a relationship like that. I'd like a guy to want me that much,
Yeah.
But you. Could you tell the audience what your ideal situation is for this?
4 times a day, 5 days a week.
And what are the logistics of this? Wait, 5? So what, you just take a break on the weekends?
Oh, so so I'm thinking about like.
Oh no, the weekends are even longer.
Yeah, we weekends are a different story. Weekends are a different story. But yeah, no,
Put me to shame.
Yeah,
I'm the deviant here. Apparently, I don't know about that.
Monday through Friday, 4 times a day. Right when we wake up.
Right.
Before going to work.
Okay, that's 2.
Coming home for a lunch break, having a little quickie. Going back to work, coming home, having dinner, have sex. Spend time with each other, maybe watch a movie, do something, go on a little date night. And then, if we're probably feeling it, right before going to bed. We're in bed. We're cuddling with each other. We
yeah,
and we go to sleep, and that's that.
Yeah.
I think, or whenever she wants to.
Well, okay. So yeah, and one. So that's interesting you say that, because one thing that I want to have also is like kind of like blanket consent with each other, where like we understand that like, hey, anytime you want it, fucking, you want to fuck, like, I'm like making us, making dinner, washing the dishes, whatever. Like, you want to just fucking like, start doing your thing, by all means. I'm not gonna. But at the same time, if you're ever like, for whatever reason, you say no, okay, that's understood. And on that note, I do want to say that I think it's very important to recognize for both of us that everything we're talking about here, these are ideals. We're not saying like we're going to have, or God forbid, would force like our girl to like be these ways or whatever. Like,
no.
Nothing like that.
But horrible.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, these are ideals.
Ideals, preferences,
exactly,
likes,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. I do know though that I couldn't like I couldn't be in like a dead bedroom. Like those are so depressing.
Right.
Those are so depressing. But it's the same. I mean, for me, like, it's all about like just because the reason that I really like my concept of like making an effort, I would say, not like it has to, but making an effort to really connect with each other twice a day is because it's like in the morning we're kind of like recharging our batteries for each other. We're connecting on a physical level. We're cuddling and having pillow talk, whatever, right? We're connecting, so we're connecting on that emotional level as well. We're kind of having that embrace and that remembrance of like why we love each other, why we're together, why we love each other so much. And then on the and then at night it's like a similar thing where, except now it's more of like a celebration of our love for each other. It's like, okay, now we're together again after there was this beautiful thing I heard. It was this old Medium article that I wanted to go over on my own channel, but they deleted the article shortly before I made the channel or whatever. So I never was able to go over it, but it was a couple talking about how like they make an effort to have sex every day, and one of the things with them is the way they feel about each other is basically like when they're not together, they want to be together. When they're together, when they're like together, like in the same room, whatever, now they want to be closer. Well, now they're closer, but their clothes are in the way. So, each step, like they just want to be as close as possible to each other, and that drives them to have a very active sex life. Yeah. And I think that that's a really beautiful way to look at the sexual part of the relationship as well. Because one thing I'll say about it too is, it's often taboo to even like talk about these kind of things. Very, very hush hush. For years people even thought that like the female orgasm was a myth, for example. So like the way that we talk about sex and stuff is very, we have a very prudish society that is not for like, any of this stuff. So you have people where like, they don't really know what they like or things like that. And they just kind of, especially women often just kind of suffer in silence because they feel they can't like be honest about like what they'd like their man to do or what they'd like, what fantasies they have or, stuff like that. And yeah. I think one of the things that I bring to her, because I had a girlfriend who I loved very much, but I was very insecure about her fantasies, which had nothing to do with me. And it wasn't like any like negative reflection on me. It's just that I like wasn't comfortable with them. And now I've gotten past that, and I'm like, yeah, like whatever your fantasies are, like let's fucking make them happen. I would love to like do that with a girl, within reason.
Right.
But yeah. So I don't know. That's just yeah. I think that's. I think we kind of covered everything. I think that's pretty much.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even talk about how like you want kids. I don't want kids. Stuff like that. Yeah. I think we pretty much touched on everything. So, all right. That's gonna be all for us.
Yes, sir.
You guys have a very happy Valentine's Day. If you have someone to spend it with, I hope you enjoy it. We didn't really touch on this too much, but like I do feel like we put too much like emphasis on the important, like on people who are coupled, that people who are single, like we currently are, don't really feel valued, especially around Valentine's Day. So like, if you're single like us or whatever, God, especially if you just got out of a relationship, I'm sorry that it ended, but hey, better things are coming in the future. Of course, if you lost someone and that's why you're out of a relationship, then again, very sorry, but you will be able to move past this and move on with life and whatever that means for you. But yeah, just, if you find yourself like getting down or anything around this time of year, I totally get it, but just don't allow yourself to have that pressure on you, and you'll be okay. And if you got like parents or whatever telling you, oh, when are you gonna like get married, so when are you gonna give me grandkids? Tell them to fuck off, because it's not their business. Your love life, especially if you're like me and you're struggling yourself to get in a relationship and you want a relationship as well. It's like, look, I already feel bad that I'm not in a relationship. I don't need you adding to it, So whatever the situation is for you, just, take care of yourself, build yourself into the person that you want to be, and that would attract the kind of people you want to attract, and fucking get out there and go after them. It's pretty much all I have to say about that. How about you?
Yeah, if you have someone, show them all the love that you can. If she says she doesn't want anything, get her something
for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
By the time this comes out, you really should already have something, because you kind of missed the mark by now.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So again, if a girl says that she doesn't want anything, get her something. She'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, if you don't have if you don't have anyone, sorry about that. Like Christian said, better things are coming for you in terms of that. But yeah, it's pretty much all for me. You guys stay safe, stay happy on Valentine's Day, and yeah, that's gonna be it from me. And like I always say, stay fresh, Pookie. Stay fresh.